Okay, I'll call on everybody in twos. Let's get started with Chip Towers, followed by Connor Riley. Chip, are you there?
I'm here. I was just unmuting and queuing up the video. Hey, Warren, how are you, man?
Good. How about you?
Good. Actually want to get your thoughts, if you don't mind, on Kendall Milton. He's a guy that it seems like there's been excitement about for 2 years now, but we've only been able to see him in little glimpses. You obviously get to see him a lot. We know about the fumble recovery this weekend, and he's had a couple of big runs here and there. But what can you give us in terms of insight on Kendall, what kind of guy he is and what kind of player he is?
Kendall, he's a hard worker, man. He shows up every day and he gives 110%. Just like he takes on from Cook and Zeus. He follows right behind them and he comes in and gives it his all every day.
Hey, Warren, what's one area you guys think you can improve on coming out of this bye week and into sort of the final month of the regular season?
Coming out of this bye week, we just want to get better, get 1% better every day. Our coaches are giving us stuff, to work on this week, personal stuff for us to get better, and just hopefully we can just get better with that and come out of bye week, better than we were last week.
Let's go to Mark Weiser, followed by Anthony Dasher.
Hey, Warren, I wanted to ask you about Stetson. Obviously started the last 3 games for you guys and also started last year at Florida. Where have you seen, what kind of growth have you seen for him as he's gotten more playing time and at that position for you guys?
Probably confidence. His confidence is there now, and just having him getting the reps and all that, and we believe in him, we trust him, and just seeing that, the confidence and stuff will probably be it.
Hey, Warren, good to see you. Kind of follow up on what Mark asked you. I mean, you talk about when a quarterback builds trust with his teammates. What are the biggest ways a quarterback can go about doing that when it comes to building trust with teammates like yourself?
Just being a leader on and off the field, and meetings, just knowing what he's talking about, knowing points and stuff, and then on the field, just leading by example,
Okay, let's go to Seth Emerson, followed by Palmer Tomes.
Warren, I know that I wanted to ask about Jordan Davis. I know you're usually an outside guy. He's usually on the inside. But have you lined up against him enough in practice, or just kind of watching from afar, to kind of explain to people just how different he is, how he affects the game in a way that other guys don't?
Somebody his size, and he's a twitchy guy. So when he gets moving, it's hard to stop him. And, he's just a beast, he's just different.
When you say twitchy?
Oh yeah, he's fast.
In a way that in a way that like is different from other guys, and just kind of little stuff he does.
For his size, you wouldn't think that he'll be able to get off the ball as fast as he does, and it'll kind of catch you by surprise if you don't, come off full speed. He'll get you.
Thanks.
Warren, Coach Smart has talked about the different ways that the defensive coaches keep the players engaged, whether it's music or their use of the quote unquote nuggets, whatever that is. How do the offensive coaches do that?
Repeat your question.
I said Coach Smart has talked about how the defensive staff keeps these guys engaged by playing music, showing clips from the NFL and stuff like that. How do the offensive coaches accomplish that same goal and keep y'all engaged?
The same thing, just giving us objectives, that we need to get better at before meetings and stuff like that. And then we'll go over it in the meetings, show where we messed up and how we can fix it, and going out there and executing that practice.
Okay, let's go to Jake Rowe, followed by Ryan Curley.
Hey, Warren, I noticed, when you guys played Arkansas, all of those, after that game, all of those defensive linemen were coming up and talking with Coach Pittman. I wanted to ask, what is y'all's relationship like with Trey Scott? I know there's a lot of one-on-ones and everything that go in there, but what does he mean to you guys as offensive linemen, just as a sounding board or somebody that you guys can talk to or get, advice from?
Coach Scott, he's a good coach, and I can go and talk to him whenever I want if I ever have to. Today I was talking to him on the way to meetings, and just having that connection with him that we built, all the way back to recruiting back in when I was being recruited, and just having that connection really helps.
Warren, a lot of people like to talk about Jordan Davis and the entire defense is stacked with a bunch of guys that have a chance to play in the NFL this year or within the next couple of years. Is there anybody you think we as the media don't shine a light on enough, that maybe someone that gets after you in practice, someone that, does any name come to mind?
Shoot, really the whole defense. And, when they come out there, they go 110 every day and they make us better and we make them better. So really just all the whole defense, scout team, first team, all the way to scout team.
Okay, let's go to Tyler Griffith, and after Tyler, we'll have enough time for just to open it up to any questions.
Hey, so coming off the Kentucky game, we heard all week about how that was going to be the most physical game y'all play. Did that game meet your expectations physically, and what are your expectations of Florida looking like?
It definitely met our expectations. Going into it, we knew it was going to be a physical game. Every year it's a physical game. Last year it was physical. The year before that it was physical, and we knew going into it was going to be physical. And it met my expectations, and we were just glad to come out with the victory. And Florida, being a rivalry, we expect that to be physical too.
Warren, real quick, you're from down there in Brunswick. Do you have any special memories or thoughts growing up on the Georgia-Florida game, and just what's your general feeling on going down there to Jacksonville to play it?
Being young, we have the beach right there, so probably just everybody coming to the beach, and that's really when it gets pretty busy down there for us. That'll probably be a big memory, and just going down and being close to home, having my family there, that means a lot to me. So it'll be a big game.
Got time for a couple more questions. Anybody? All right, Warren, thanks for your time. Appreciate it.